Let's get it together, brothers. Get serious or get slaughtered. Please hear me.
Women's power is in your fear of whatever they're going to do. Women's power is in your fear of whatever they're going to do. I told my girl she's the fourth most important thing in my life. It was me, my career, my mother, and then her.
Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to outer space.
Brothers and sisters! Brothers and sisters! I don't know what this world is coming to.
So I want to put you on a level of the political game that you as a black man may not be considering. All black men online should be celebrating Star Cookies. Should be celebrating Star Cookies. You should be inviting Star Cookies on your panel. You should be celebrating CHERYL. Because here's the issue black ADOS men don't understand when it comes to power. Just because you don't like a person or you don't like how they dress or you don't like their approach, what you got to understand about Star Cookie, she's a married person who had a concern about black men, and she was triggered by Cynthia, the leader of the anti-male movement. And Cynthia was protected by the manosphere. Listen to that. Listen to the complexity. Cynthia was brought on panels so she can disrespect black men. Cynthia sat down with some prominent people and just disrespected black men. Her goal was not about supremacy. You can barely quote anything she's ever said about supremacy. You can find maybe 3 things. But what happened was CHERYL, or Star Cookies, realized she was being played. Star Cookies realized the hypocrisy of what was going on. And we as black men, advanced black men, remember the advanced black men, we're a little different than the regular black men. We're trying to get legacy. We're trying to make some things happen. We don't just want to talk. And for those of you who are part of my monthly Patreon trying to help me raise 100 million so I can change the lives of black sons, I applaud you because your dollars matter. And we're going to start putting that together. One of the things I'm going to be hiring is some speech writers so that we can get together on a political level. So as we get invited to more things, we will be politically ready to answer questions live on TV. And that have to do with the Black Sun First movement that Mr. Research started. So it's about time somebody stepped forward. And in this respect, I'm stepping forward for this woman who had a disagreement with black men. Now, see, this is why I try to tell younger dudes, because younger dudes are always mad and angry. When you got some wisdom, you're really selective about where you put your anger and never putting your anger verbally to the public, because it makes you sound like a whiny kid. Even though she had some concern about black male behavior that she expressed every now and then, Her greatest concern was the hypocrisy she noticed Cynthia was using to make money off the pain of black people. She noticed the hypocrisy. Cynthia wasn't living in her own life. And while you guys may think in a Chicken George type of way that look at what she did, you're helping the sisterhood against the brotherhood by doing that. When you go against what Star Cookies did, and you notice none of the people who were really passionate about making sure Cynthia's message was out. Hey, go to Cynthia channel after we finish over here on this panel. Make sure y'all go to Cynthia channel. Cynthia. Just pushing her so that she can push that anti-male message more. Did you notice that? Now that Star Cookies, CHERYL has exposed her, there's no invites for CHERYL. So what are we doing as the manosphere if we're making those type of moves? If we have that type of judgment? Are we pushing Cynthia just because Cynthia's exciting and she brings drama and drama brings clicks and clicks means you can make this money? Or are we trying to influence the lives of black sons that have not been born yet, so that the black sons can be empowered, so the black son can go to one of you black plumbers and say, hey, you got a plumbing company? No, I ain't got a plumbing company. I work for this Mexican. Okay, well, since you don't have a plumbing company, black plumber, I want to be a black plumber. I'm going to school. I was hoping I could work for a black company. No, I ain't trying to do that right now. But I work for this Mexican. Okay, well, can you get me on with the Mexican? Well, I ain't got no pool. You know, I make 90,000, 100,000 a year. But you can do it too. How can I do it, brother? You can't even pull me in. These are the rough conversations we need to start having about power. And as the black son advocate, the only black son advocate, I want to push that message forward. And part of that is being honest as it relates to the women. We can no longer be disingenuous as it relates to the women. When you have women who are for the black sons and who are anti sisterhood, who see when the sisterhood doesn't want equality, that the sisterhood just wants male servitude, then you need to applaud those women, even if they disagree with you in the past. You got to be strategic. You got to be strategic, and I want to thank everybody who's dropping these donations. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But we got to be strategic. We can't be the no action blacks. We got to be the black people that's strategic, because the reason Cynthia was born and Carrison was born to come against us as black sons is because we have other black men trying to champion the women who hate black men. We got to stop that. So CHERYL exposed Cynthia for the hypocrisy that you wasn't doing how you was promoting. If you're speaking anti-black sons, then why is it that you're out of bounds in the things that you're doing as it relates to your pregnancy? Regardless who got a pregnancy. The point is, gentlemen, gotta be strategic. We cannot be the Chicken George, no action blacks. We gotta go back to the days of Kunta Kinte. We gotta go back to the days of sons first. Kunta was a son first mentality. Everybody in that African experience more so are sons first. Daughters do have a place, absolutely. But most of these things are sons first, and we got to get out of what Massa taught us. Massa taught us that women come first. Massa taught us that it's all about the woman. And women have proven, hey, look, once we get in power, Democrats, we're going to forget all about you males. Name me one Democratic woman who is speaking for black males. I can name one. But can you name one who has said anything for the benefit of black males? No. Their whole thing is serve women and die. That's her whole theory. So when you get a woman like Cheryl Star Cookies, what you got to understand is this is your time to align with her and bring her on. I'm going to try to bring her on this channel so we can have a civil, polite conversation, not about Cynthia. Not about Cynthia. We know Cynthia's evil, and we know the manosphere tried to make Cynthia and her evil anti-male stuff relevant. We're not going to talk about Cynthia. We're going to talk about her concerns about males and things of that nature. And that's what we're going to try to put your dollars toward is getting better conversations so we as the Black Sons and the advanced ADOS men can move forward and leave the no action blacks behind. Because all the no action blacks want to do is talk. So join me, get on my Patreon, trying to raise 100 million to change the EEOC, to change the family court system. No more talking. Let's put these financial dollars to use. And Mr. Research is going to go forward and have these conversations with you, the Black Son, in mind. But we got to be honest about some of these women are not our enemies. Some of these women are trying to help us, and we got to align with those type of people. Shout out to Daisy Terry, one of my female fans who've been with me for a minute. Shout out to screenwriters. Shout out to Neon Eyes. Just a bunch of people who've been with me for a minute and who understand that the Black Sun First movement is not an anti-woman thing. It's just putting us to the forefront. Also, you're finally hearing more of these guys say that conservatives need to be black first. That wasn't happening before Mr. Research pushed the message, and I got a lot of pushback for that. A lot of people didn't like that I was telling conservatism has to be black first. But now we're exposing the Brandon Tatum who've been poisoning our ears with non-factual information. Now we're exposing the anti-black Logan, who is going on popular shows spreading misinformation. We gotta stop these anti-black Logans from being the centerpiece of information when they don't really have information. So again, Cheryl Cookies, a lot of women are not your enemies. We got to start being more strategic. So check with me back again, and we'll try to have some more interviews and in-depth stuff. And on this channel, we're going to do a lot of political stuff. So if you want to be part of these political discussions, make sure you're part of our email list. Finally, we're talking about power. We're not going to be talking about dating, not women. We're talking straight power and the BMC, the black male community, with the Black Sun First movement.
So let's get it together, brothers. Get serious or get slaughtered. Please hear me.